Welcome to Agent of Change, Health It's Wealth 2022 edition. Now, we have been focusing on mostly the personal health part of having morning habits and creating restful environment on the episodes that we have been having. And today in this episode, where we are having our third episode, we want to talk about budgeting tips. Now, most of the people, when they see something about budgeting, they always think that we are going to give them a budget plan. We are going to give them something that they will be using, or a copy that they will be using so that their budget can go well. But I want to share with you some of the things that we should focus when we are creating our budget, when we are creating our financial budget. You might be asking yourself, how does this contribute to health? Now, health is wealth financially wise. Health becomes your wealth when you know how to deal with financial health. Now, in these budgeting tips, I want to share with you 7 things. How do I make my budget efficient for me and efficient for the life that is coming ahead? Number 1, be realistic about your budget. One thing that people do not want to do these days is to be real. One thing that people fail to do in an everyday life, it is to be real. Just become real. Be yourself. You know the truth. You know your budget. You know your income. Be realistic. By knowing just how much money you will have coming in every month, it will be easier to know how much you are spending. Because you know how much you earn, then it will be easier to know how much you are going to spend. You can't be earning 1,000 and your budget is 2.5. It is not realistic. Where is the 1.5 coming from? Be real in your budget. Be very real. Number 2, differentiate between your needs and wants in your budget. Your budget should be able to tell us your needs. Your budget should also depict your wants, because those are the very important things that lead to waste. Now, your needs come first, and if there is money left over, only then you can spend it on your wants. Now we see the opposite happening. We see people, they first spend their money on their wants, then after then you hear the person saying, I forgot to buy my grocery. In my mind, I'll be asking yourself, what are your needs and your wants? Because food should have been your need. It should have been the first thing on your budget. Now, you must be able to differentiate between those two things. Be able to differentiate between your needs and your wants. Now, number 3, include an extra category in your budget. For you to become effective, for you to become financially wise, you must have an extra budget, an extra category in your budget. Why? Now, when you total up your expenses for the month, then take 10% of the total of your expenses and put it aside as an extra category. This will help you not to overspend. because already there is an extra category that is 10% of your expenses. This will help you if you left something behind. You then use the extra category income. You then use the extra category money that you have laid aside. That's how your budget can be successful. Now, you should just, there is something you should stop doing. Stop talking it, start doing it. Most of the people will tell you, I'm saving this year. Stop talking it, start doing it. Number 4, include savings as an expense in your budget. Now, when you write down your expenses, we should see savings as an expense. Decide on an amount that you would like to save each month and include it as an expense in your budget, which means your budget will be stable. Why? You have indicated already that you have savings as your expenses. Include it as an expense in order for you to start saving. There are some people who are just living. Tomorrow notes itself to them. Tomorrow is not planned, it's not part of their plan to them, but they have a tomorrow that they are going to. And the tomorrow that you are going to will need you to save. The tomorrow that you are looking forward to will allow you to plan for it in order to be successful. The next point, which is number 5, keep all your receipts. Keep all your receipts. Now, this is very difficult for some people to do. The moment they find the receipt, straight to the bin. Why? They don't plan. Why? They don't have a budget. That's why the receipt is not important to them. Now, organize all your statements and your receipts by category and file them each month in a folder. This will help you to monitor them each and every month. This helps you to monitor the expenses, the unnecessary things that you did each and every month. Now, number 6, review and recalculate your budget. Everything that doesn't have a review plan is bound to fail. Why is it bound to fail? Why? It doesn't have a review. We don't know whether we are being successful or whether we are failing. Now, a review is needed on your budget every month. This will help you stay on track with your finances. It helps you to see what are you spending your money on. Every month you know what you're spending your money on. Then you will notice there are some things that are needs, some are wants. There are some things that are necessary, some are not necessary. Now, take time to go back and recount what actually happened. Where did you overspend and where did you save? If you don't do a review, you can't be able to notice those things. And also a review helps us on knowing what can we do differently. It is not a mistake. It is not wrong for your budget to change. Your budget can change each and every month as long as you are noticing this I can do it differently. Then you change your budget, because your budget should be favorable to you, not to other people. So you are the author of your budget. You are the author of your budget. So your budget should be made favorable by you, and it also should be favorable to you. That's how a budget can be successful. Now, the last one, pay cash for small expenses. We can't just be swiping all over. Now, have an extra cash that you put. Give yourself a daily, weekly, or monthly allocation of cash and use it whenever you want, and use it when it is needed. This allows you to see the small amount that you spend every day, the cash amounts. This allows you to check that instead of swiping and not knowing what amount, most of the time when we swipe, we are not really interested in the amount that was swiped. We are not really more focused on the budget that we put because we use the card. But when we pay cash, we can feel it. Now, I was telling someone a story that it is very different to swipe 20,000 and to take 20,000 cash and give it to somebody. The feeling is very different. When you swipe it, you don't have it in your hands. But when you have it in your hands and you are taking it somewhere, you feel the impact. You feel something that indeed I took money somewhere. Now, allocate yourself petty cash. When you pay something, you will then realize I have a budget that I have to stick to. I have a budget that should be successful. And that's how you can have a successful budget. There are many points that can go on and on into having a successful budget, but these 7 points will really help you to having a strong and efficient budget for your life. That's how your health become your wealth. That's how you improve your financial health. After improving your financial health, you won't wonder, because it will naturally and automatically become your health. Now, join me in the next episode as we continue with Health is Wealth 2022. And I want you to join me every Saturday at 6. We'll be having our Health is Wealth. See you in the next episode. Thank you.